How's it going? It is late. It's already close to 10:30. So, really fast, the workouts today was I went for a walk before my clients. Then after my work day, I went for a gym session. Now, the gym session was a lot of jumping. Tuck jumps, where you bring the knees all the way to the chest and then grab them while you're in the air. Then we were doing, by we, I mean yours truly, I was doing deadlift burpees. So the first part is you're holding for 30 seconds at the top, kind of like a plank. And then once you burn that out, your shoulders are done, your abs are fried, then you get up and you start repping it out as a burpee deadlift. So you jump the weight up, you get down, jump the feet back, get up, all the way up, boom, boom, boom. A little crazy. After that, was sitting on a bench and point my toes up, rock back just a little bit, jump off just my toes and land on just my toes. So that's how we do it. What else? Had a great burrito in chicken quesadilla from La Serena, the Siren, the mermaid. In terms of reading tonight, I was reading Hitmakers again. It was talking about the Impressionists and how it came to be that there are 7 really well-known Impressionists. I can't remember all of them offhand, but it's Degas, Pissarro, Cezanne, Monet, Manet, Sicily. I mean, so that's pretty close. We've already Renoir. So that's already 5 or 6 right there. So I'm missing 1. But it begs the question: were these people the best of their time? Were they the best Impressionists? How come they're known as being so good? They're all completely different. So how did they get so famous? And it comes down to the fact that there was another Impressionist back during the same time. And his name was, and this is French, so I think it's pronounced Caillebotte. But there's some L's in it and all that, so I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's either Caillebotte or Caillebotte. But so Caillebotte, he was born to a wealthy Parisian family, and he started buying up all of his contemporaries' artworks. So his contemporaries were these 7 artists. It was Cezanne, it was Monet, Manet, Pissarro, Sicily. And he started buying up all of his friends' paintings, and he himself was an Impressionist. And he knew he was going to die early. For some reason, he had this idea in his head that he was going to die early. So in his will, he stipulated that his whole art collection, which is made up of his friends, the Impressionists, must go to the Museum of Luxembourg. And he was adamant about this. So sure enough, he dies when he's 45. And I think Renoir was the executor, and he was supposed to make sure all this happened. So the French authorities got involved, and French politicians got involved, and French artists, they got involved. And they said, no, there's no way we're putting all this filth into the Museum of Luxembourg. No. This is just madness. There are all these educators as well, professors, and it's just saying, look, we're going to resign if you accept all this artwork. I mean, this is ridiculous. These are terrible. And I think one of the phrases was, look, if you actually accept all these pieces of art, it'll show that there has just been a great slackening in the value and integrity of art. So what happens was, years go on, a little bit of litigation, and gets all this publicity. So when they finally get the go-ahead to give half of the collection to the Museum of Luxembourg, and the Museum of Luxembourg starts its own Impressionist wing. When it finally opens, they have a massive inpouring of people who want to see these Impressionist paintings. Not because they're supposed to be so good, but because there's been so much hullabaloo, there's been so much chaos and so much attention given to this case. So, years later, because of this is what people saw as Impressionist art, still in all the books for the last 100 years, for all the courses taught in colleges and all that, they always talk about these 7 core Impressionist painters. And so that's made them more and more famous, and with their fame has grown, in popularity has grown the value of their art. So this guy, Kai Bo, he single-handedly basically gave rise and created value from his friend's art. So I thought that's a really cool thing. I'm not really sure how to pick out a theme from that, but what I would say is this guy, he gave to his friend something that he didn't even give to himself. He gave exposure, he gave attention, and he also gave distribution, right? Because museums were, I know it's funny to say, museums were a big technological advancement because museums democratized art. What I mean by that is museums were the first time that the normal plebeians could see this amazing artwork. Usually it'd be guarded by the royals, but with the advent of museums, normal people could go and they can see these wonderful works of art. So, kind of rambly, I know. It's 10:30. I'm having some A2 milk. I'm gonna get this show on the road, but check out the rest of these clips from today. Hope you had a good one, and I will see you manana.